This is my original stock 48 tooth chainring. I replaced it with a 53 tooth chainring for the front, and when pedaling, I'm getting about 3 or 4 miles per hour faster with this chainring. So let me show you how I replaced it. I own a Ebike Ranger S with a 1000 watt motor and a torque sensor. The motor is powerful, and using the throttle lever I can get the bike up to 32 miles per hour. Now while pedaling at the PAS5 setting in the 7th gear, my bike's top speed before kind of ghost pedaling sets in is about 26 to 27 miles per hour, as you can see here. I was hoping to find a gearing solution to get that number closer to 30 miles per hour. Credit to the Ebike Global Facebook forum, I found a helpful discussion where Ebike Ranger owners discussed this very topic, wanting to get a little bit more top speed when pedaling. Shout out to fellow Ebike Ranger S owner Robert Kamen, who shared his experience after installing this particular 53 tooth chainring. I ordered the chainring from a national retailer that makes home deliveries. Replacing the chainring is not difficult as long as you have the right tools for the job. Okay, first remove the chain from the chainring. Then to remove the stock chainring, you'll need a hex head, but I found that the bolts were so tight that a hand tool would not work, so I used my impact driver to remove the bolts. The fifth and final bolt was going to be a problem because it is right behind the crankshaft arm, so I couldn't get at it with my impact driver. The crankshaft arm was going to have to come off. Luckily, I have a crankshaft arm removal tool. Oftentimes you can't just pull the crankshaft arm off. It is on way too tight, and hammering it off could damage your bike or your crankshaft arm. This tool screws into the arm, and then when you tighten the socket end, a pin extends and pulls against the axle, freeing the crankshaft arm. If you don't have one of these, check your national retailer that makes home deliveries. Once the crankshaft arm is removed, you can get at that fifth and final bolt and then remove the stock chainring. Hard part's over. Now we just go in reverse. First, give the area a nice cleaning, which is much easier to do without that front chainring in place. Mount up your new chainring and put the bolts back, tightening in a star pattern. Replace the crankshaft arm, being sure to mount the arm in the opposite position from the crankshaft on the other side of the bike. Mount the chain onto the new chainring, and you're ready for a test ride. Out on the local bike path, I made sure there weren't other cyclists or pedestrians and found that ghost pedaling was setting in around 30 to 31 miles per hour. So I definitely can see the effect of 5 additional teeth on the front chainring. It made about 3 to 4 miles per hour difference. I'd say this project was successful. Before I go, you might think that if adding 5 teeth is good, adding 8 teeth would be even better, but not so for this bike. This is apparently as many teeth as I can add without the front chainring scraping against the bike frame. So as you're trying to figure out what diameter chainring might work for your e-bike, I'd suggest asking other owners for their advice or making sure that you can return whatever chainring you purchase in case it doesn't fit. Hey, thanks for watching, and remember, safety first. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more cost-saving ideas coming up soon. See you later.